His name's Bone Crusher. Bone Crusher, he's going for the gap.
Deriana Bone Crusher still last into the straight, and 350 to go, and it's Lord Sutak pounced on by Tribel Rationale. Deriana Horlicks looking for room, so too Bone Crusher threading it through way through also with Golden King down the outside. Sounds like fun at the 200. Deriana sounds like fun swamping them. Here comes Bone Crusher now. Deriana sounds like fun. Bone Crusher stretching out after them, and Horlicks right through on the inside. Sounds like fun. Bone Crusher, and Bone Crusher got there.
And every time they take the track, well, you can hear the cry. Come on, Bone Crusher! Bone Crusher, Bone Crusher, he's going for the gap. Bone Crusher, be our greatest since Farlap. Come on, Bone Crusher, Bone Crusher.
Well, the song probably doesn't wear as well, but the horse, you can certainly watch him all day. I think he is my favourite horse of all time in New Zealand, Bone Crusher.
The song.
Who sang that?
Isn't it great that we actually have a statue for Bone Crusher? And there's a little mini statue of over the grave of Sunline, and there's obviously a statue of Farlap and Timaru. But I don't think we do enough of that. I don't think we recognise great horses. Like, I would like to see, say for example, you know, a great horse, a kindergarten raced at Te Rapa or something.
The Showgate.
I reckon a plaque for just to say on this day, this time, this horse won this race. Having 3 statues is not enough. We don't need statues for everything, but we should. History's so important to racing. We should remember these things. Yeah. Anyway, on to the Bone Crusher Stakes. It was the feature yesterday out of Ellerslie. You're not going to need to look very far to find the winner, Bruce, because Spiritual Beer was in front, drifted to the middle of the track and spanked them.
This is extraordinary one. Worked early, set up for the closers, but they couldn't close on the leader. Spiritual Beer, he was terrific. It's bringing the closing stages.
200 metres is still Spiritual Beer, the leader, wants to drift out into the centre. Surely Sacred's running on. So too out wide is Hypnos and Total Excess. Spiritual Beer, it's top shelf all the way. Spiritual Beer wins the Bone Crusher. Second over, Surely Sacred. Third at the line. I think Hypnos just...
So I don't think there was a Bone Crusher in that race, although you never know. Spirits or Beer, a $55,000 select sale yearling, another cheapie.
One of only 2 in New Zealand by Spirit of Boom, who had an amazing start last year. One of only 2 sold at the sale. The other one was Beast Mode, I think. And yeah, so far.
Rowena Smythe got a suspension for squeezing up there at about the 1100 metres. We just saw that, I think.
Yeah, ran along a bit in front, did some work to lead and then drifted out in the straight under pressure. He'd been wide last time at Tauranga, so that I guess she might have been lucky to keep the ride, but she's paid the owners back here. Nicely rated it off the front. Well, it went quick enough, made it just too hard for anything to close. We're really happy, obviously, with Surely Sacred from back in the field. Hypnos works home well in third. Total Excess, there he is on screen, the orange. I thought he had his chance, one out, one back.
Most people's best bet of the day.
Macedo was good.
Terrific.
Yeah,
Seemed a difficult ride, just coming round to the corner there. Trudy Thornton seemed to have some trouble on him, and he's out of Passchendaele, so he's going to love a bit further as well.
Talking about Rowena Smythe, only had one ride yesterday at Ellerslie, and it's easy to think, OK, this is a pretty smart horse, and Nigel Tiley and Lee Tiley are very smart people. So why would they have a not regular rider, for example, who doesn't ride 8 or 9 a day, riding their horse? You know what Nigel said to me? She's made this horse. He said Nigel's a really hard judge. He doesn't muck around. He said she's got beautiful hands. This horse is a pain in the ass to work at track work. It's just it is just an annoying bugger of a thing. She rides it every morning. She looks after it. And he said, don't be put off. He said she may not have the most classical style. He said, but she's got wonderful hands, and she has been a huge part of this horse's success. And Nigel doesn't mince words. He's not a person who gets very flowery in the way he describes things.
Himself
exactly right. Good rider, and Lee was obviously a wonderful rider. So their faith in Rowena here. After the race, they were speaking gushingly about him. So let's hear from one of the smartest judges in the north. Here's Nigel Tiley, who co-trains the winner, Spiritual Beer.
Why don't you, Nigel? And good gutsy ride from Rowena Smythe, and gets the prize.
Yeah, that was the plan. I mean, he's quite green. He's still pretty raw sort of a horse, but he's just got so much ability. And I said to Ray, look, I really want you to lead if you can, because I think he's a better horse when they're chasing him than he is when he's chasing the others. So today's the first day that he's, been able to get to the front and dictate. So great ride by Rose. She did everything. She rides in work every day. So, for her to win a group race, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you pointed out there, Nigel, not the finished product at all, and sort of showed that down the straight as he came, sort of wandering away from that rail.
Yeah, he's just a horse with so much ability, but he just, I don't think he knows how good he is.
What do you do with a bloke like this now, with what he's done here this afternoon?
Oh, look, I'd like to sort of have a crack at the Guineas. I don't see why we can't stretch him out to a mile. We'll have a go anyway.
Yeah, and of course, Rowena Smythe been a big part of your training operation for a number of years, and great to be able to get the success at the Group 3.
Yeah, and Rose back working for us, like riding work full time for us now. So she deserves it. She rides this horse every day. It's not the easiest horse to ride, but she rides him every day, and she deserves the success.
How about that, Ro? Group 3 success. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was great, and he's a really nice horse, but the team at Nigel's do such a good job with him. He's not easy, so I really like to thank Penny. She usually leads him up, and Dan leads him down the track for me every day. Like, it really was a team effort.
Nigel spoke. He's not the easiest horse in the world.
No, he's definitely not. He has me working every morning, but when he comes out and does that, it's worth it.
All right, the plan today from your gate was always to go forward?
Yeah, always to be positive. We thought over the 1400, like, he's such a big free striding horse that if he got his own way in front, he'd be hard to catch.
What about a horse going forward? Is he a runner that can sort of increase over more distance?
I think so. He set up for me lovely today, so I think he'll get a bit further.
Yeah, he got back and cut the corner, and he's hit the line really well.
He drew a bad gate, drew the outside, had to bring him back, couldn't be 3 wide, so I brought him right back. Got going for the corner, he's actually really let down strongly, and just sadly we didn't draw a gate.
Nice run, but I just thought he got a little bit lost going right-handed, sort of first time on race day experience. Wobbled around the corner a little bit, but hit the line okay.
Yeah, it was an extremely good run. He drew wide, he got stuck 3 wide, got pushed very wide turning for home, and he's run on strong. I think he's a horse and he's bred to get, a lot further, and I think the further he goes, the better he's going to be, but I thought the run had a lot of merit in it.
Yeah, there was a little bit much speed for me today, and he ended up getting caught wide without cover throughout the run, got pushed wider in the corner, and he kept finding the line.
So the beaten jockeys there had Masetto down as a Derby type, Hypnos down as a Derby type. What else did you note, apart from Total Excess being slightly flat?
The time, extraordinary.
Fast?
124.3. It's like speed ratings come up better than Madison County, which are just extraordinary.
I'm not sure about the times there yesterday.
The rail was 12.8 on the first.
Yeah, I know it's slow on the first. It was 112.8. But I think it's a good race. I think the second horse was beautifully ridden. I think Can't Stop the Feeling's a proper horse. He found the line well. So, look, I think there's a lot of 3-year-olds who have been showing up to us in the last 9 days with the races at Otaki and the races last week. The fillies, dominating there.
How good's that Karaka Million 3-year-old?
Exactly. The Karaka Million 3-year-old and the Railway are looking 2 of the better races of the year. So Ellerslie, and the track's playing beautifully. Yeah. So the Rail will go back out on Thursday for the World Cup Jockeys Challenge. So the Rail will go out to 10 metres and come back into 8 for next Sunday. So they're managing the surface as best they can, but they were looking to get away from the inside yesterday because that ground had been used partially. It was out 6, but they were looking to get away from the inside.
I don't mind that.
No,
I prefer that to the inside lane being a fast lane.
100%. Yeah. And the winner's going to get out to a mile, but I would suggest the Guineas on the first would suggest it can't go to the Living Classic 12 days later, more than likely. But there'll be offers now for a horse like him.
Yeah. So no bone crushers in that race, perhaps, but certainly some late bloomers amongst the 3-year-olds. Also in the day, it's not often you miss the kick, Bruce, at Ellerslie over 1,200 metres, a win like this Princess Kerua.
Well, not when they're coming home in 34.58 as well as she has done. And it was a slowly run race, Volks Lightning. I thought she was a touch disappointing, but Princess Kerua out the back. Santa Monica in the Santa's hat. There you go, Mac. Very unlucky having to switch back to the inside. Ricky Tiki Tavi also was held up for a couple of strides, but it was a dominant win from Princess Kerua, heading forwards towards the Railway.
It qualifies it automatically for the Railway. Now, the Railway
qualifies the Santa hat for another serve.
We've got a funny story about the Santa hat here. Melody Bell, obviously Bostonian, Volpe Veloce, this very informed mare. Gee, the Railway's going to be a race. It's going to be a real race. I was talking to King Kelso before the race, and he came into the office and said to Craig Baker, the racing manager, he said, I don't want to wear the Santa hat.
But it's nearly the same colour.
It's exactly the same colour. I said to the kid afterwards, I said,
it could be
it might as well be the
second
Santa
set
hat.
of the Santa hat.
But the curse of the Santa's hat is now becoming a thing. People were saying, and he made a very good point, Ken, and he made it with a bit of a laugh in his voice. He said, the owners don't want a winning photograph with the Santa's hat on, but it's actually exactly the same thing as the Santa hat anyway. But it's off to the railway. So Melody Bell trials again on Tuesday. Jamie's absolutely stoked with her. Bostonian we've seen last week. Volpe Veloce's heading back to defend the title. Princess Kirurua couldn't be taking 14s for Volks Lightning. They even ran third in the race last year. And high flyer sort of Osman had a bit of other depth to gentlemen. What's going to be one of the best races of the year? By the way, Spring Heat scratched yesterday. Spoke to Lance O'Sullivan, co-trainer. He said he thought she was coming off a virus and therefore they weren't willing to risk her. I would doubt very much she's going to head to the railway without a lot of lead-up races left possible.
Would sort of Osman be a serious player in that race? Really? 1,200 metres, just let him black.
He's going to add some speed to it.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hell of a race. It might be the best race of the summer.
I thought Volks Lightning just blew out the last 100 metres, and 60 kilos was probably a wee bit damaging for it because it's got form around the big races in the last 12 months as well.